to Letzmakeup in 2015. I was very inactive on YouTube in the last couple of weeks because I was away in Manchester last week for a wee break over the New Year's, and then before that on Christmas week I was mental busy. I just didn't have a chance to do anything really internet related because I was too busy outside of YouTube. So it feels like I haven't filmed anything in absolutely ages, so I'm going to ease myself back in with a fairly easy video to do, but it's going to be pretty long because I have a bucket load of stuff to show you. Well, actually more precisely a box load. I have like this stuff, and I've more on my desk as well that wouldn't even fit in here because I've kind of been accumulating this over the last couple of months since my last Shiv stash video, which is basically like a haul video. So it's not really an unboxing because most of this stuff has already been opened, and I better jump in and show you because it's going to take a while. There's tons to show you. I have some of the new Real Techniques brushes, I have Inglot, I have other new makeup brushes, some lovely skincare and foundations and stuff. So I'll start off with some of the foundations. So the first thing is a foundation, or two foundations, and these are by Glo-Minerals. These are the foundations. So it's I think it's a new enough foundation, and it is their Luxe liquid foundation. It is a very luxurious foundation, so the name is very fitting. I will do a better video on it in the future, but I'm the colour Porcelain, which is what I'm wearing today, and I also got Naturelle, which I actually used on a bride recently and she loved it. It is a very, very moisturising foundation even though it's oil free, and it's anti-aging with diamond powder, so that'll be something interesting to kind of go into a little bit more. And there is a pump, so I will leave a link to all of these guys that I have links for online, so if you want to learn more about them until I do a video on them. Then the next thing is another foundation, and it is by Chanel, and it's their Perfection Lumiere foundation, which is their kind of matte foundation, and this took over from, oh, I can't even remember the name of the last one. They had like a matte one before that was discontinued, and this is it. So basically it's a long wearing flawless fluid foundation, SPF 10, and this is the colour Beige, which sounds dark but it's my colour, like it's an NC 15, or it's actually kind of more yeah, it would be roughly an NC 15. So there it is, another really fancy bottle with a pump, and again I will do more in-depth videos on these in the future because I don't want to talk about them too much now. I got this myself, and it's a bit of an investment because these do cost about €40, but I really, really like the Chanel makeups. This would be more of a light to medium enough coverage, but it really does perfect the skin, so it's a beautiful looking foundation. Okay, I'll move on to the bits that I picked up in Inglot, and I have been using some of these now on and off. So I'll start off with the brush cleanser, and you can see I've already used some of it there. It comes in a really handy spray bottle, and this was the actual like box that it came in. Now the ingredients of this is like IPA, which is alcohol, then water, and then further down the potassium sorbate. I think that's meant to be slightly conditioning, and anyhow it's just one of your more basic kind of alcohol-y ones. It's not sudsy or anything like that, so it doesn't work as well as the MAC one, which does kind of suds up or would kind of lather up. So this is one that I'd actually only really use on a job where I wanted to sanitize brushes in between clients without worrying too much about getting rid of like the hefty stains, which I would do after a big job. But it does come in a really handy bottle, and I think what I might do in the future is like half it with the MAC brush cleanser and see how I get on with that. But I'm going to keep that even when it's empty because I do like the bottle. I got the Sparkling Dust Eyes, Face and Body. This is the #1 intensity. So there you go. And this is just a really lovely, extremely fine dust that has a bit of sparkle to it, and I won't bother swatching it here because I used it in my, I think it was my New Year's Eve makeup, pretty sure it was. I'll link to that below anyhow, and you can see that I put it on my eyelid, and I did use it as a highlight on my cheekbones as well. But that's really, really lovely. There's 3 colours that you can choose of from there. Then I also picked up a blush palette. So they do the Freedom system, which is so handy. You pick whatever colours you want and you put them into whatever size palette you want. For the blushes, I think this is the only kind of shape blush palettes you can get, but I think you can get a 2 as well. I know they have loads of different ones to choose from, but basically I got 4 colours, and it turns out I already had, whoops, And it turns out I already had this guy, which is blush number 37. So I'll hold on to that for either a giveaway or something for the future. Then these two are the Fusion blushes and highlights. They're really, really handy. I will insert the numbers here for you so you'll know what's what. But this one's a lovely kind of natural one, and then I wanted to go for a bright pink one. And this is actually what I'm wearing on my eyes today as my contour. And then this is my new favourite contour powder, which is lovely and light and quite taupey, and you can see there it matches my pale skin really, really well. Love the size of these. I just think they're brilliant products, and I love the system in general, so really big fan of that. Now I also got 10 eyeshadows, and I would have gotten more except for I had a big list of my eyeshadows done out of the ones that I don't own from Inglot, because I own nearly 100, and or about like 90 or 80 something, and I forgot the list, so I was very scared to buy too many eyeshadows in case I'd double up too much on what I already have. So I picked the ones that I really knew I didn't have, and these were them. Now the only thing that annoys me is Inglot do 2 matte blacks. There's this one, which is the AMC 63, and I already have that, and I know that number off by heart because I've used it so many times. So when I was in the shop, I picked out the black that's not the AMC 63. I can't remember the number of it, but I was very, very careful to make sure I got that one. And whether she sneakily put in this because they're out of stock of that one, or she made the mistake, either way she gave me the AMC 63, and I didn't notice till I got home. So it really, really annoys me, but I'll eventually get my hands on it because I wanted to see which one is blacker. But anyhow, so that's the second one of that I have, and that wasn't my fault. And then I got some more of these guys, and I did use these in that New Year's Eve look as well. But really, really lovely colours, very, very highly pigmented. I didn't have to get the palette because I already had 2 empty palettes. So I just got the eyeshadows, which is kind of handy that you can do that as well. Then I picked up another Duraline, which is a mix and medium. So basically it's a liquid that you can mix with any liquid you can mix with any powders or loose eyeshadows or anything like that to make them into a eyeliner or a paint or whatever. But you can also use this with the Inglot gel eyeliner to reactivate it if it's gone a bit dry. So it's a really, really, really handy product to own. Very, very handy. And then, okay, the next couple of bits, I got 2 of their, what you call these? They're the body sparkles. So these are gorgeous, like really lovely, finely milled. I'm really scared that's going to go flying, but see, will that focus? Really, really finely milled, not glitters. Well, they're kind of like glitters, but they're more like dusts. So that one is like that goldy one, which is number 68. No, that one's kind of like a rose, kind of bronzy gold. And then this is like a yellowy gold. This is number 62. And there's actually more in this one for whatever reason. Hopefully that's in focus, and you can just see there, it's just a really lovely like yellow gold. So those are really lovely. I already have one of the Body Sparkles, another colour of the Body Sparkles, and I'm a big fan. Anyhow, this is one of their lipsticks. It's number 293. It's a beautiful, how would I put it, like a wine, like a raspberry. It's kind of like Rebel by MAC, but not as pink. It's kind of like what Rebel looks like in the bullet without, you know, and then it turns pink on the skin, whereas this actually stays the same colour. Beautiful texture as well. This is like what I would say is like, it's kind of like maybe the Amplified by MAC, or even like a satin. It's too pigmented to be like the Creme Sheens or the Lusters, so really, really, really lovely lipstick. I'm a big fan of that. Okay, so next I'm going to move on to some bits I picked up in a local pharmacy that sells NYX Physicians Formula and Sleek Makeup. I didn't get any Physicians Formula stuff, but I did get some NYX and Sleek Makeup, and then I was also sent some Sleek Makeup stuff there last week, so I'll show you those quickly. I'll start off with the NYX. So I bought a backup of my Taupe Blush, which is my kind of, well, it was my go-to bronzer or contour until I got the new Inglot one, but this is one I will always use because it's handy just keeping this small little one on my desk, and I thought it would be nice to have one for the kit as well, but I'll see if I use that as a backup or as a kit one. This is a lovely blusher. It's one of the, just they're like regular, well they're all regular blushes, but this is PB05 and it's called Pinky or Rose. And it's just a really lovely kind of cool toned pink, which is like my favourite, I don't think that's focusing, but my favourite kind of pink to go for. Then I also picked up this butter gloss, because everyone and their aunt was going on about these butter glosses, about how amazing they are, and that's what I've on today. This is the meringue, is that what it's called? Yeah, meringue butter gloss. And my lips are beyond dry, like they're ridiculously dry, so that's why I'm only wearing this today, because I didn't even want to use a pencil. And this is lovely, and I figured out why they're called butter glosses, because they smell like butterscotch, which I don't love to eat, but I love to smell, and it's so comfortable on the lips. I definitely plan on picking up more, and this is mine, it's not going in the kit, so I don't mind using that directly from the bullet. Then I picked up 2 more of the NYX matte lipsticks, and I'm getting a fairly nice collection of these now. I already own 4 of them. So this is the colour Tea Rose, which is a lovely vintage pink, and I just love the colour payoff of these. They're only €7, so it really doesn't break the bank. Really love that colour. And then I got this guy because I saw a girl I follow on Instagram wearing it. Her name is Fabc, I think. Her name is Fabiana anyhow. She's from Dublin in Ireland, and she was wearing this, and I just thought it looked beautiful on her, and it's the colour Butter. So it's this just really gorgeous taupe colour. It would actually make really lovely contour, cream contour, if you were stuck for pale skin, but it's such a lovely colour as well. It's just a really unique colour. I only have like maybe one other lipstick that's kind of like this. And then I think I have to move on to the sleek bits now. No, I have one more NYX thing. So I picked up another one of these. I have one of their HD concealers, and this is like the light yellow one in the colour CW10. So it's one of the colour correcting ones. And this I just thought would be really handy because I get quite purple under my eyes, and this is really good for counteracting purple, because of course yellow is complementary to purple, so that means it'll knock it out. And these, whereas it's not the most hardcore concealers in the world, in that it's not the most pigmented thing ever, but they are lovely, and moisturising. Like, they don't dry me out, and it will even out discoloration without, like, I wouldn't use them for hardcore blemishes or anything like that. Now moving on to the sleek things. So I got a sleek brow stylist, I think it's called. So it's this guy here, where it's a brow pencil that you know, it goes up and down, what's the word I'm looking for, and it has a spoolie on the back. Now I have used this, the spoolie is dead handy. It is a nice product in that, you know, it gives good colour, but it's very creamy. Like, it's not, a lot of these tend to be either powdery or maybe a bit waxy, whereas this is actually slightly more creamy. I do like the colour, it's kind of like that light kind of medium brown colour that I usually always go for, because I don't have my eyebrows to be too dark. But I did find that whereas it'll fill in the body of my brows really well, it actually is too thick. Like, there's not enough body to it, or it's almost too creamy to get a really nice fine tail. So I wouldn't really use it for precision. Yeah, but it's still a nice product anyhow. And then this is absolutely gorgeous. It's one of their new, I don't know, it's not new, it's just one of their matte lipsticks, and I have a couple of their lipsticks and really love them. This is the True Colour lipstick in Exaggerate, and it's this savage purple colour. So it's very like Heroin from MAC is the best way to describe it, but slightly better price point. And that's it there if you want to see it. It comes in a really cool like slightly oblong shaped bullet, and really nice products as well. So that's that. And then the couple of sleek, or the 3 sleek products that were sent to me are the new eyebrow, what would I call them, gels. So we have a clear one, and these still have the stickers on them. So first of all, we have the clear one, and it's just like that. That's what it looks like. It's called the Brow Perfector. So you have tiny wee, it's actually a very small wee yolk, but it's probably more than big enough for a brow gel, and that's just a plain old clear one. Next you have the light brown one, which looks like that. I think these are probably around €7. Everything in sleep seems to be like €7 here in Ireland. And then finally we have the dark brown one, and sorry if my voice is a bit weird, I just had a cough and fit, but we have the dark brown one, which I'm not sure if I'll go for the light brown or the dark brown one, but if that'll focus there, you can see it is quite deep. Yeah, that's probably the colour I go for. I don't know, I'll have to try them out anyhow, and I'll let you know in a future video or blog post. But those seem quite nice. I'm kind of really gotten into my brow stuff lately, and I've a couple of more brow bits to show you on top of those. The next, I got a good few bits in Primark, which is pennies here in Ireland, and I need to say I was in the Primark in Manchester when I was there, and I fell in love with it. It is huge. It is easily about 10 times the size of the Primarks we have here. But anyhow, I picked up a few of their like eyelashes and stuff. So I'll start off with what I'm wearing, and it's this nail varnish. It's called the PS Love You. It's from the PS Love You range, and it's their nail varnishes, but they don't have names. They just have like, you know, you can tell which colours they are, but there's actually no names on like the boxes or on the actual what you call it, the bottles, but sure, it doesn't matter, you can just say like the pink one or the turquoise one or whatever. So this is their pink one, and it's just a really, really pink, pretty like fuchsia pink, and I really love the texture of these. They're very, very quick to dry, really quick to dry, and rather than, like, they will chip a little bit if you know, if you kind of give them a hard time, but they'll nearly almost peel off rather than chip. So when you put them on, it's almost like you're painting vinyl or like PVC, or yeah, you know, it's just kind of that plasticky kind of covering. I don't know, I just really, really like that finish of nail varnish. Then I also got this gorgeous turquoise one, which I wore when I was in Manchester, and like, I wouldn't chip all over, I might just lose an entire nail because it literally just peels off, and I have the worst habit, if I see a little bit lifting, I'll peel the whole thing off, which I know is so bad for your nails, but it's so satisfying. And then it would only take me like 2 minutes to repaint it, so that was really, really pretty. And then the third one, which I haven't used yet, is just this dark purple one, so or like an indigo purple, I don't know if that's the right colour, but or right description, but they're those three, and I think they were, yeah, they were $1.50 each, so the price is still on that. And some of the eyelashes I got, I'll show you quickly. So I actually use these are they kind of do cheapo eyelashes, and then like good quality ones, which are still very affordable because they're only like $3.50. So these are the good quality ones. And this is the I Envy eyelashes. This is the Naturelle 01. This is the premium one though. So whenever I do like weddings or stuff like that, I'll always give the bride the option of what lashes to use, and the amount of times they go for these ones, it's not even funny. They love them. So they're such lovely lashes to use, and the bands are really, really fine. Like, it's a really lovely band. Now these are natural ones as well, but yeah, these are premium as well. They are slightly different though. Are they? Oh no, these are the same. Never mind. Moving on. Then I also got the Juicy Volume 2, which is this one. It's a bit more voluminous or a bit more dramatic. Probably more for a night out rather than a wedding. And then the cheapo ones. These are kind of fun though. So I got two of these guys, which are, if you can see there, it's kind of like a, how would I describe it? Like lace. So I got two of those, and those are only the $1.50. Is that even focusing? Hopefully it is. So those are $1.50 each. Then I got this one here, which has little rhinestones, like blue rhinestones along the band, and then glitter, blue glitter at the end. Again, they're $1.50, and then these guys are from the same range, $1.50. But I actually wore these in my New Year's Eve video, and they're really, really nice on. They don't look like much there, but they go on lovely. And I also picked up these guys, and pretty much like I got these to use in videos because they're so cheap. So this was €5 for these 5 and €4 for those 3, and they'll just come in handy if I want to kind of do a slightly more dramatic or artistic look, again from the same range. And then I picked up these guys as well, which are nail art bits. You know, like little gems you stick onto your nails, but I'll probably stick them onto my face because I kind of want to like do more artsy fartsy, or like, you know, just slightly more creative videos throughout 2015, and not just keep them for Halloween. And those are $1.30 each, and none of this is actually focusing, is it? But hopefully you can see those. You'll see more of them anyhow coming up in the future. I knew this video was going to be so long because according to my camera it's already over 20 minutes. So I got, when I was in Manchester, I picked up 2 of the Real Techniques brushes, and even getting these was an absolute it was a nightmare, like, because they are sold out everywhere. Like, the main boots in Manchester didn't have them, and I went out to the Trafford Centre, which was like half an hour out, but that's fine. It didn't bother me, but I wasn't actually supposed to be doing any shopping. But I got up really early one morning, went out to the Trafford Centre, ran to Boots, got these and came back. Like, I didn't even spend any time there, and I was kind of overwhelmed by the size of it anyhow. But these are lovely. Now, the price point isn't lovely. The two of these together cost over £40. Like, one was 22 and one was 24, I think, which is about, what, £45? Like, that's more than €50 here in Ireland. So I know that's the main kind of bone of contention among bloggers about these so far, is that they're not kind of affordable drugstore prices. So it'll be really interesting to see if they're actually worth it, because they are quite expensive. Like, I normally wouldn't run out so quickly to pick up drugstores like products at this price, especially considering I want to get a few of them, but we'll have to see how they get on. I really wanted to get the contour one, but they were sold out as well, and these aren't available in Ireland yet. I think you can go on a waiting list so far, but yeah, so far anyhow, I got the 101 triangle, I think that was the 24 one, and then I got the tapered blush, which is number 300, and I think that was the 22. So really beautiful packaging. The only other things I would like, the only other brushes I have, they're kind of similar to them, are my couple of Sephora brushes that I have, where it's kind of chromey looking, and you know, it's the same, like, they basically copied the exact same shape as the Sephora ones. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they are as good as they should be, especially for the price. Okay, we'll be going on to the random things very soon. I picked up this beauty Bible because it's an Irish one, and one of my kind of directives for 2015 is that I want to start supporting Irish makeup and beauty businesses a little bit more. Now, there's a lot of Irish like tanning businesses and stuff like that, and the things I don't wear tan, so I think it'll be more like makeup brushes and like trying, I got some fuchsia bits here, and maybe try buff makeup and stuff like that, because I just think there's a lot of nice Irish things out there that it'd be nice for other people to learn about. But anyhow, I got this Irish Beauty Bible, which is brought to you by Exposé, which is like an Irish beauty and fashion program on TV3, I think. So I'm looking forward to reading that, and there seems to be a fair amount in it, and it was only like £4, £4.95. So I got that in Dunnes. Okay, I'm going showing you, I'll show you this first actually. I got this brush set by Mikasa, I think is how it's pronounced. So it's a really nice looking brush set. Now I can't remember the price, so I'll have to check it out, but the website is mikasabeauty.com, so MIKASAbeauty.com. Really nice looking box. Then even the cup, the hard cup it comes in, it's really good quality. It's extremely hard. It feels just like it's made really well. And then it comes with, is it 10 brushes? Yeah, and they look like your basic brushes, like, you know, you've seen them all before, but the quality seems to be really high. So it seems to be kind of nicer quality than your basic like Sigma or Sedona Lace. And it'll be interesting to see how I get on with these going forward. I have tried them so far and I really like them so far. Say with this one now, I got a bit of shedding when I first washed it, which is kind of what you would expect from them anyhow. You'd get that from a MAC one. And there was a little bit of running of the dye, so the tips aren't as white as they were. But it'll be more interesting to see how they, like, you know, after the first few washes, how it settles down and that. But other than that, they seem to be really nice brushes, and they feel like great quality. Like the hairs feel lovely, the ferrules and the handles all look lovely. You know, the writing is so pretty and all that kind of stuff on them. So yeah, they just seem to be like really nice brushes so far. So I will hopefully show you more about those in the future. Okay, so on to the random bits. I'll show you the makeup before I go into the skincare. So first of all, I got a MAC, well I actually had this for a while, but I'd forgotten I had it, because I have a drawer of stuff that, say when I get new stuff and it goes into the drawer, and some things get forgotten about, and this was one of them. So this is by MAC, and it's the Relentlessly Red lipstick, which is, it's not a retro matte, thank God, because I hate the retro mattes. It's a normal matte. So this is just a really interesting colour. It's kind of like a coral red. You know, it's like a pinky orangey red. I don't know how to describe it. Yeah, it's kind of like a coral red. Really nice colour though. A little bit like maybe Bloody Mary, but not as strong, by NYX. really, really lovely colour, and it lasts very, very long on the lips but doesn't totally drain them of every last bit of moisture. I picked up another Fit Me concealer by Maybelline because I just love this so much. It's like my favourite under eye concealer, and this is the number 15, which isn't in my Boots, but it is in one of my local, it is in one of my local supermarkets, Dunnes Stores, so that's why I was like, I'll pick it up just in case I can't get my hands on it again. Then this guy, and I'm really interested to see how I get on with this, and I will be doing a video on it because it's the Amazing Concealer by Amazing Cosmetics. And I've heard a few people going on about this, but mainly it's like in magazines, because it says here it's like the Editor's Award Choice, or Choice Award for Allure 2005. Jesus, that's ages ago. Anyhow, I've heard loads about these, saying that it's like a brilliant concealer. So I'm going to be testing it out and letting you know how I get on with it. But I already have a few thoughts on it. Like, first of all, it's extremely oil heavy. The first ingredient is paraffinium, I can never pronounce this right, paraffinium liquidium, which is mineral oil. The second one is petroleum, so that's basically two of the similar kind of ingredients at the top. Then it has talc and silica, and then lanolin oil. So there's a lot of oil in there. And you kind of would see that as the day goes on as well. So I would kind of prefer to use this on slightly drier skins. On the oily area, it doesn't like make you oilier, but oil on top of oil doesn't always work. So oil can break it down. But yeah, really interested to see how I get on. This costs a bomb, by the way. In Matte and Clarities in Galway, it costs 37 euros or something ridiculous. Like, that's way more expensive than most foundations. But I got this at 23 euro, and this is for the big size. This is 15mm, and there's also like a 7mm or something like that. But yeah, this was 37 euro in one pharmacy. Then in another pharmacy, I got this, the big size, for 23 quid, and that was on sale down from 29. So even 29 is still expensive, but it's better than 37. So I don't know why there was such a big difference between those two pharmacies. And then the smaller one was like 20 something euro in the expensive pharmacy. I didn't even notice the smaller one in the one that I bought it in. But yeah, enough faffing on about that. I did show this, well, I used it in a video. This is Uninterrupted eyeshadow by MAC, which is a really kind of, it looks kind of like poo, to be honest. It's a real, just rusty kind of like mustard colour, but it is a beautiful transition colour. It works really, really lovely on the eyes, and especially on anyone who's slightly more tanned. But it's kind of like, it is a bit of a cult kind of eyeshadow at the moment in MAC, and I was dying to get my hands on it. And the Pro Longwear eyeshadows are really, really lovely. They last very long. It's a really lovely and smooth eyeshadow. About 22 euros I think for that, but you get loads. It's like 3.4 grams. So you get like loads of product in that. I got this guy, which is by Roger and Gallet, and it's one of their fragrant water sprays, and this is the rose one. And I've never been the biggest water or like say perfume person in the world, but this is lovely. It really, really is lovely. It's a bit of a nana scent. Yeah, I'm going to go as far as say that, but I love it. I don't care. I just really, really like it. And like I said, I don't really like perfumes in general, but I do quite enjoy this. I nearly spray it up into the air and just kind of waft over into it rather than spray it directly onto me, but it is lovely. Then this I also got in the same pharmacy that I got this in, which is McSharry's, I think, out in West Side in Galway. And it is the Polar White Pro Dental Teeth Whitening Pens, and I got, you know, the pack that had two. That was $14.99. So that's what it looks like. And to be honest, I haven't been using it religiously enough to decide whether it works or not. But you just twist up the end, you'll have product coming up through here. Now there's no peroxide in it, so that's probably why it's available here in Ireland, because you know, we don't get the crest strips or anything like that in the EU. But basically you just have to do a big wide smile, brush it all over your teeth, and then like keep your lips away from it for a minute. Then don't eat or drink or brush your teeth for like 20 minutes. You're allowed to do that twice a day. Like I said, I haven't been doing it consistently enough. I don't seem to like notice a big huge difference, even though like it says that when you first put it on, you might even start to see it foaming straight away while it dissolves surface stains, and I don't see that, but that's maybe because I mightn't have enough surface stains for that to work on. But I'll have to like kind of get to it and see if I can be a bit more consistent with it and see if it works. Oh, I forgot to show you this. So this is by Fuchsia Makeup, And like I said, I want to make an effort to buy more Irish brands, but I have to say the Irish brands are kind of expensive. Like, they're not cheap. Especially I saw the new Cannonberry brushes that are going to be coming out, and they're really expensive. Like, you know, they're all high, like they're touted as high-end products. So, you know, kind of expensive, but we'll see how we get on. I definitely want to get some of the blank canvas brushes. But in this wee box, you get 2 products, and this was like one of the Christmas gift sets, I suppose, so that's why it was a little bit more affordable, because I got the brow wax splits, which is a top wax, well, it's called top, but it's not actually very top. It's a brow powder and wax duo, and then you also got this mini super lash black mascara. Now this by itself is $15.50, but these 2 together are only $15, so that's why I was like, sure, I might as well pick it up. I was looking at the other bits, and there were actually some nice gift sets left over, but like they were like €70 or whatever, and I just don't want to be spending that much money on them. But I have the powder in my brows today, and I really like the colour, so I'm impressed with that so far. I haven't tried the eyeshadows yet. Then moving on to skincare to finish everything off. I'm pretty sure that'll be everything then. I probably have forgotten things, but anyhow, I got another one of these guys, which is the L'Oreal Misceller water, and I love my Misceller solutions, but I usually always go for the cheapest ones because I find very little difference in them. There's very few that I don't love. Of course I love this, but this works just as well. And this was half price when I got it. It was in like a local pharmacy, not a pharmacy, I got it in a local supermarket, so picked up that. And I heard that Simple have a new one out as well, so I'm really looking forward to trying theirs because that should be nice and cheap. This is something I was sent a while ago, but I forgot to show you, and it's the Normaderm Night Detox by Vichy, and basically it's for people with really oily skin, and that's kind of why I forgot about it, because I don't have really oily skin. This was sent to me, and it's supposed to control excess sebum, reduce the look of imperfections, reduce the look of pores, give a radiant complexion, and clean skin. So I'll have to give this to a friend. Like, I'm going to see which of my friends has really oily skin, or yeah, I don't think my sisters do, and get them to test it out for me so I can get back to you about those. But that seems to be good for anyone who's very oily. Then this is another thing I got a good while ago and forgot to show you. Well, yeah, I may have mentioned it, but I didn't actually show it on video. So it's the Paula's Choice Clinical 1% Retinol Treatment, and this is a hardcore retinol treatment for like compared to over-the-counter ones. So the Roche-Posay Dermic Aura that I was using is 0.3% retinol, but this is 1%. So it's more than 3%, more than 3 times stronger, and you will know that when you try it on, because I could use the Dermic Aura like every day. I could use it twice a day on my face and not even bat an eyelid. I wouldn't even have to use my moisturiser. My skin was so used to it. This I can only use maybe every 2nd or 3rd day because it is so strong. So I'm still only getting used to it, to be honest, and I've been using it for a good while. But I do find my skin looks lovely. Now, if I use it a bit too much, I will peel, which of course means that you have to step back from it and give your skin a break, and then, you know, kind of let your skin relax again, and then you can go back and use it again. So hopefully my skin will get a bit more used to it. It's not, my skin isn't like irritated by it, it's just, you know, it'll peel a little bit if I use it too many, like when I first got it, just to see how I'd get on. I used it for like 3 days in a row, and then holy god, my skin was just like a peeling, stinging mess. So don't use it 3 days in a row, especially for your first time ever using it. So yeah, that's that guy, and it was about €50. I did buy it from the Paula's Choice website, the Euro one. Now, I finished the night cream that I was using when just before I went to Manchester, so I picked up this guy because, well, actually, it's because I was looking at some of the other Olay ones, and they were like 27, 28 euros, and this one was only 17, which is still kind of expensive, but it was way more affordable. So this is the Olay Anti-Wrinkle Nature Fusion Night Cream, and it's for 25 years or older, which I am in that bracket. And well, the older part anyhow. And this is the night cream. Basically, I got it because I love the first 3 ingredients. The top ingredient is water, then there's glycerin, which is a humectant, which will keep you moisturised. Then the 3rd ingredient is niacinamide, which works really good as an anti-aging ingredient. It's like one of the most powerful anti-aging ingredients out there, and this seems to be really, really nice. So I'm looking forward to trying that out. I think Olay have some really, really nice products. Another Olay product I got was the Total Effects 7-in-1 Eye Transforming Cream. Pretty sure I picked this up myself. can't remember. I think I picked this up myself. And it's just, yeah, I did, because I'm nearly out of my Vichy one, so I did pick it up myself. And this is just a really nice, like, you know, solid cream, not solid, but thick cream, eye cream. Really, really nice for under the eye though. It is very, very hydrating and doesn't crease particularly or anything like that. It's a really nice product. Then, let's see, is this the last thing? Yeah, my final thing to show you today, and probably missing out on something, but this is definitely long enough. So I picked up this guide by Indeed Laboratories, and it's their Hydra-Luron, yeah, moisture booster with the purest hyaluronic acid, because I'm nearly finished my Vichy Aquilia Thermal Serum, which I absolutely love, but I wanted to try this because there's been a lot of hype about it online, and it's meant to be like really, well, it's meant to offer a lot of hydration, but it's a really interesting texture. It kind of goes on like a gel, and it doesn't feel like it's hydrating your skin. When you put on a bit, it actually dries in straight away and your skin is like totally dry afterwards. Unlike this, which will keep your skin feeling like that moist feeling. But like the way hyaluronic acid works is that it hydrates underneath the skin. So it'll keep moisture, because that's where, you know, the moisture is kept on your skin. It's in the cells, so you won't necessarily feel it on top. And that's something I'll have to get used to, because I've only used it a few times. But also, it says to apply a pea amount size to a pea. Did I say that right? Apply a pea-sized amount to the face. Really, definitely only keep it to a pea-sized amount, because I did what I normally do with primers or serums when I first get them and put them all over, like without thinking about how much I'm using, and it made everything that I put on afterwards pill. And what I mean by that is like when a product pills, it means that you know, when you put a product on top and then it starts to roll off in these tiny little bits, like in little pill bits, that's what pilling means, and that's what happens with this. So I'd love to get advice from anyone who does use this regularly, but I'll give it a go anyhow and see how I get on. So that's everything for now. I will list everything below with timestamps if you're interested in going back. I know it's a super long video, and another directive for 2015 is to have shorter videos, but I was kind of doing really good with that anyhow in the end of last year. So that's it for now, guys. I'll chat to you all in my next video, which will be on Wednesday, and in the meantime, take care.